Good morning. Yes, it's still morning. Well, it is here, Eastern time in Michigan. So, anyways, good morning. I I was gonna come to you guys last night and post a video. However, I thought, I'm just gonna give it a little bit of time to sink in and see what everyone is making of the speech from the squatter in DC. So looks like it's got quite a people in different. I mean, there's a lot of different reactions. You've got your your denial that anything is wrong. You have people who are a little bit anxious and slightly panicked. You have those who are completely like outraged, which every single feeling that you're going through right now is justified. This coming from the person who claimed unity and and unity and peace and transparency. Yeah. So, um, he also claimed that he would never mandate any hokey pokey. No. Well, you do remember this is the same person who spent 47 years in Congress and he was actually called out, many, many moons ago. Um, was it Dan Rather? Uh, oh, I can't remember who it was. I know it's in here. Connie Chung. Here we go. Democratic presidential candidate Joseph Biden today faces a controversy 3 weeks ago at a debate at the Iowa. This was in 88? Year I graduated. Yeah, I'm that old. Biden seems to be claiming eugenics vision and life as his own. Why is it my wife is sitting out there in the audience? Is the first in her family never going to college? The first in her family. Mind you, I'll post you the www.neliabiden.com, and it goes into all of Dr. Jill's actual family history. She is Sicilian, and she changed her name so she wouldn't be associated with the crime family that she's actually blood related to from Sicily. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. The guy's a liar. He's been a liar. Those of us who knew and did our research, we knew. We knew this was going to happen. We warned people. I was told I was being gaslighted by friends on Facebook. Friends I'd known for years said I was being gaslit because they don't understand what rights and freedoms were at risk of well, okay. So I replied at a friend of mine who made a post. Oh, let me see if I can find it. A friend of mine posted, and Zig posted, and it was really sad because people heard that speech yesterday, and were very not that happy. Oh, here, my buddy, and what's next? The re-education camps. And I posted back that it's time to stand united. They've pushed their division in every possible way. We as Americans need to open our eyes to what's really going on. And in my opinion, this is not political. This is about your rights and freedoms. I posted last year about our rights and freedoms being at risk. I can't remember who said it, but that I was gaslit. Well, these freedoms and rights are exactly what I was posting about being in danger. Who's gaslit now? This president claimed he was for unity and peace. He would not force or mandate anything. Well, we've seen the peace and unity they claim, and here's to the 47-year professional politician lying again. All I can say is pray and stand united with your neighbor. And that's really all I can tell you. It's a sad, scary world. But here's what the Detroit News has to say about that little speech. Okay, so Washington, Associated Press, Zeke Miller posted this from the Detroit News. In his most forceful pandemic actions, the words Biden on Thursday announced sweeping new federal vaccine requirements affecting as many as 100 million Americans in an all-out effort to increase bug jabs and to curb the surging variants. Speaking at the White House, Biden sharply criticized the roughly 80 million Americans who are not yet jabbed, despite months of availability and incentives. Well, here's your sign. Availability and incentives, and we still say no. That's because we have the right to choose our freedom of not being jabberooed. We're offering a great deal on all access. Oh, sorry, that was a thing for the Detroit News. Whoopsies. We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us, he said, all but biting off his words. The unjabbed minority can cause a lot of damage, and they are. No, no, no. The recent death rate is because those who have taken the poison. Are you kidding me? Go follow Garrett Saldano. He's got some data that'll blow your mind. The expansive rules mandate that all employers with more than 100 workers require them to be jabbed or test for the bug weekly, affecting about 80 million Americans, yet they're coming through the borders and from overseas, and they're not being tested, and they're not forcing this poison upon them. Isn't that incredible? So testing, so 80 million, and the roughly 17 million workers at health facilities that receive federal Medicare or Medicaid also will have to be fully hokey pokey. So Biden is also signing an executive order to require jabberoos for our employees of the executive branch and contractors who do business with the federal government. That means those CDC employees that had not taken their the jabs that they are pushing and saying that people need to get. All those CDC employees are going to have to get, go in for that nice little hokey pokey. You know what I mean? Because they were exempt. Are they still exempt? Because they're just a contractor. They are not federal government, but they are a contractor. And right here he says, contractors who do business. So I'm going to want you guys to watch and see and ask, did those employees from the CDC get theirs? Because they're contractors. So Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer shares the president's goal to beat the bug. We are reviewing the president's plan to understand what it would mean for the state spokesperson, because let's be politically correct here. Bobby Leddy said Thursday. But Michigan Senate leader, well, it's about time we hear from Shirkey again. Majority Leader Mike Shirkey Republican of Clark Lake tore into Biden's move as government overreach. Well, isn't that what we said about our Tyrannosaurus Rex here? Yeah, I believe so. But hey, I guess he doesn't want to get that little hokey pokey either. The only thing it seems our government is more concerned about than the bug is their obsession with jabs, with that hokey pokey. This is not about healthcare. It's about control, Shirky said in a Thursday statement. It's about control when the government dictates the private health decisions of its citizen. It's about control when the government restricts acceptable health treatments to one specific option. It's about control when the government forces private business to make a specific status a condition of employment. In a statement to the Detroit News, United Auto Workers spokesperson, and again, I'm changing it to person because we want to be politically correct, Brian Rothenberg said the union, which has encouraged its approximately 400,000 active members to get hokey pokey, but has advocated for hokey pokey and disclosures to remain voluntary, is looking at the details of the announcement and how it impacts our over 700 employee contracts and members. Stellantis NV, maker of the Ram trucks and Jeep SUVs, said the statement that since the hokey pokey have become available, it has strongly advocated for our employees to get hokey pokey, including facilitating administration through our near-site clinics and in partnership with our local unions. We will review the administration's announcement and discuss it with our partners. So in a statement, General Motors Company said, we support, oh my God, the Fauci ouchie. At GM, we are strongly encouraging our employees to get the Fauci ouchie given the broad availability of safe and highly efficacious hokey pokey, which data consistently show is the best way to protect yourself and those around you. In general, Detroit automakers, their largest union and many major employers, have strongly encouraged employees to get the Fauci ouchie, but have stopped short of issuing any workforce-wide mandates. One notable exception is healthcare systems. You know, the heroes that are our zeros. In early August, mortgage giant Rocket Companies, Inc. required employees to attest to their Fauci ouchie status. Employees not fully hokey pokeyed already must complete weekly bug testing. It also requires all employees to wear face diapers when not at their desks. Rocket Companies proactively enacted a strategy to ensure the safety of our team members, office space, and communities as we all continue to fight against the bug pandemic. Spokesperson Aaron Emerson said in a statement, this plan remains in effect and completely complies with the guidelines Pedo Joe proposed today for large employers. As the lambda continues to spread, we will remain vigilant and take every action we deem necessary to protect our people and our hometowns. That's not protecting them. That is demanding. That is commanding. DTE Energy Company declined to comment Thursday. And I can tell you personally, my brother is a he used to be a union head. I'm not sure if he still is, but he currently works for DTE, and they were going to try to mandate and enforce the Fauci ouchie. And my brother, not wearing the tinfoil hat on completely, he's more got a bandana on his head, so to speak. He's almost there. But explain to them that, you know, with the Fauci ouchie, you can't, if something happens and when an employee has an adverse reaction, they can't sue the manufacturer. That's just it. So they're going to come after the company that made them get this. So if they want lawsuits, if somebody gets sick or somebody does this or somebody does that, um, he brought that to the attention of the union leaders and the union heads, and that's when they rescinded and said, if you want, you can do the hokey pokey. We will give you time off. We will this. They didn't incentivize it either, but they told them if that was a choice that they wanted to do, they were, they were free to do it, and they would help them and do whatever they could. Which is, this does not shock me. So that's why they declined to comment, because I guarantee you, some of these unions are going to say, no, we're not. And you're going to see a lot of shit hit the fan. And that's my opinion. I I have no back channel knowledge. I have no inside source. This is solely my opinion based on what I'm reading and what I've seen, and the few bits and pieces of the puzzle that I'm trying to put together with you. But I want you to remain calm, people. This is what they want, is what you don't understand. In my opinion, this whole thing, let me continue reading and then I'll give you my opinion as to what's going on. So announced the requirements in Thursday's afternoon address from the White House as part of a new action plan to address the latest rise in bug cases and the stagnating pace of the Fauci ouchie that has raised doubts among the public over his handling of the pandemic. Just 2 months ago, Biden prematurely declared the nation's independence from the bug. Now, despite more than 208 million Americans having at least one dose of the Fauci ouchie, the U.S. is seeing about 300% more new bug infections a day. So, okay, right here. So, despite having 208 million Americans that are supposedly protected, 300 more new cases. So, you can't tell me this is from people who have not poisoned their body. This is from people who have accepted that poison and are testing again. Get it yet? Okay. About 2.5 times more hospitalizations and nearly twice the number of deaths compared to the same last year. Last year, there was no hokey pokey. There was no Fauci ouchie. There were very few that were getting it. Very few. Remember? I remember the current administration said that they would never take any kind of ouchie that Orange Man Bad came up with or produced. Or, you know what I mean? Warp Speed, they were like, I will not take anything that Mr. T does. Well, and there they did. And now they want you to. So all I'm saying is, just because Mr. T did Warp Speed and came out with it, I like the man and all. I liked what he did for our country, but I'm not going to walk blindly. He is not my God. I walk blind in faith with the Lord, not with any man. That's for damn sure. Anyways, let me get back to reading this. So we are in a tough stretch, and it could last for a while, Biden said of the current state of the pandemic. After months of using promotions to drive the hokey pokey rate, Biden is taking a much firmer hand as he blamed people, that didn't make sense, who have not yet received the Fauci ouchie for the sharp rise in cases that is killing more than 1,000 people per day and imperiling a fragile economic rebound. Yeah, no, that's because of what he's doing. It has nothing to do with the Fauci ouchie or the bug. It's how he's handling it and what he's trying to enforce. In addition to the vaccine requirements, Biden moved to a double federal fines for airlines passengers who refuse to wear face diapers on flights or maintain the face diaper requirements on federal property in accordance with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention guidelines. It's funny because I do remember he broke his own mandate within the first 2 days of squatting in the White House. Do you remember? They went to some like gathering and he didn't have his little thingy on his face. Yeah, he broke his own mandate. Okay, rules for me and not for thee. But hey, that's just me. If you followed like me, I am one of those leaders that, I lead by example. His example's been nothing but, well, the idiot that he is, the liar that he has been known to be for 47 years. He did nothing for 47 years for the people other than mooch off them and get rich off of them. Look at his net worth from 88 until now, all on a congressman's salary. His wife is a school teacher. They don't make that much. The Biden announced that the federal government will work to increase the supply of testing and that the White House has secured concessions from retailers, including Walmart, Amazon, and Kroger, to sell at-home testing kits at cost beginning this week. The administration was also sending additional federal support to assist schools in safely operating, including additional funding for testing. Remember that stuff I showed you yesterday? Yeah. Okay, there you go. And Biden will call for large entertainment venues and arenas to require the Fauci ouchie or proof of a negative test for entry. The requirement for large companies to mandate vaccines or weekly testing for employees will be enacted through a forthcoming rule from the occupational. See, this is OSHA. This is how our governor is trying to use MDHHS against us. This is how that's all happening. So y'all need to really watch. Really watch. Okay. That carries penalties of $14,000 per violation, and administration officials said the White House did not immediately say when it would take effect, but said workers would have sufficient time to get the Fauci ouchie. The rule would also require that large companies provide paid time off for the hokey pokey. Meanwhile, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services will extend a Fauci ouchie requirement issued earlier this summer for nursing home staff to other healthcare settings, including hospitals, home health agencies, dialysis centers. Separately, the Department of Health and Human Services will require Fauci ouchies in Head Start programs, as well as schools run by the Department of Defense and Bureau of Indian Education. Yeah, because they haven't already tried to kill that population of people off, affecting about 300,000 employees. Biden's order for executive branch workers and contractors includes exceptions for workers seeking religious or medical exemptions from the Fauci ouchie, according to Psaki. Circle back, girl. Federal workers and contractors will have 75 days to get fully hokey pokey. Workers who do not comply will be referred to their agency's human resources departments for counseling and discipline, to include potential termination. We would like to be a model to other organizations and businesses around the country, Circle Back Girl Psaki said of the federal workforce. An AP-NORC poll conducted in August found 55% of Americans in favor of requiring government workers to be fully Fauci ouchied, and compared with 21% opposed. Yeah, who are they polling? Because they sure didn't poll me. Similar majorities also backed Fauci ouchie mandates for healthcare workers, teachers working at K-12 schools, and workers who interact with the public as restaurants and stores. Biden has encouraged bug requirements in settings like schools, workplace, and university campuses, and the White House hopes that the strengthened federal mandate will inspire more businesses to follow suit. On Thursday, the Los Angeles Board of Education was expected to vote on requiring all students 12 and older to be fully Fauci ouchied in the nation's second largest school district. Are you freaking homeschool? Homeschool! I'm already looking into it. Walmart, the nation's largest private employer, said in late July it was requiring that all workers at its headquarters in Bentonville, Arkansas, as well as its managers who travel within the U.S., have the Fauci ouchie against the bug by October 4th. But the company stopped short of requiring jabbers for its frontline workers. CVS Health said in late August it would require certain employees who interact with patients to be fully Fauci ouchied by the end of October. That includes nurses, care managers, and pharmacists. In the government, several federal agencies have previously announced Fauci ouchie requirements for much of their staffs, particularly those in healthcare roles like the Department of Veterans Affairs and the Pentagon, moved last month to require all service members to get the Fauci ouchie. Combined, the White House estimates that these requirements cover 2.5 million Americans. Thursday's order is expected to impact nearly 2 million more federal workers and potentially millions of contractors. That contractor, and I'm telling you folks, CDC included. This is the CDC, any contractors, because the CDC is a contractor. They are not a US, they are not a branch of government. Same with the IRS, same with the Federal Reserve. Those are contractors. They are not part of the government branch. So let's call them and find out, how is their mandate going with their employees? What percentage of them have received it? Because I think if you're going to mandate it for everybody, it should be all. Biden's measures should help, but what's really needed is a change in mindset for many people, said Dr. Joshua Sharfstein, Vice Dean at Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health in Baltimore. Yeah, there is an aspect to this now that has to do with our country being so divided. Yeah, it is divided, and that's the way they want it. This has become so politicized that people can't see the value of a Fauci ouchie that can save their lives. Well, no, when you're trying to bribe me to get it, there's something wrong with it. It's like, you know what? It's like the pederass at the corner going, "Come here, little girl. I got some candy." Do you know what I'm saying? Do you not, can you, okay, wordplay, association, word association. Do you not get, people are not stupid. Hello. Oh God, this frustrates me. That angers me because we knew this was going to happen. He irritates me. I didn't like Orange Man Bad either, because sometimes he said shit that was just like, really time to shut the mouth. But he was one of those people that just spoke he spoke what he felt, and that's fine. But his actions is what made me like the man. What he did for this country, what he did for veterans, what he did for the people of the United States. That is why I like Orange Man Bad. This guy, his actions are worse than his words. Dear Lord, have mercy. So let's just scroll down. Oh no. Put simply, workers deserve a voice in their working conditions, said National President Everett Kelly. We expect to bargain over this change prior to implementation. We urge everyone who is able to get the Fauci ouchie as soon as possible to do so. So Larry Cosme, president of the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association, called the mandate for federal workers ill-conceived, saying the Fauci ouchie should be promoted through educational and encouragement, not coercion. Oh, the voice of reason? Did you hear that voice of reason? Yeah. More than 177 million Americans have fully hokey pokeyed against the bug, but confirmed cases have shot up in recent weeks to an average of about 140 per day, with on average about 1,000 deaths, according to data from the Centers for Disease Control. You know, if you get on Telegram, because let me just tell you, the truth is being banned. They're banning the truth on Facebook. They're banning the truth on YouTube videos. The only place you're really going to get the truth is if you personally go and look. There are no refrigeration trucks in New York and Pennsylvania. These units are not overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed because they're laying people off because they won't get the Fauci ouchie. The healthcare workers, you remember last year when they were doing videos, the dancing and all that fun stuff, why there were people supposedly dying on their wards. If you can't see, if you really truly are that oblivious to what is truly going on, you need help. And I can't give it to you. I just can't give you that kind of help. I can steer you in the right direction. I can point things out. I can give you websites and everything to go to prove what what I've seen and how I base my opinion on what I've seen, like this article. So federal officials are moving ahead with plans to begin administering booster pokes of the mRNA Fauci ouchie to bolster protection against the more transmissible lambda. Last month, Biden announced plans to make them available beginning on September 20th, but only Pfizer hokey pokey will be likely have received regulatory approval for a third dose by that time. So officials are aiming to administer the booster hokey pokey about 8 months after the second dose of the two Fauci ouchies. So there's that. So let's see. Mid Michigan News had it again. What do they got to say? Pretty much same thing. Yeah, pretty much. But all I'm saying is if you work for an employer that you are concerned is going to terminate you over your choice, and it really, I don't understand where the government thinks that they can come in and tell me what I can do with my body. I just, if you want to talk about overreach and tyranny in the biggest way, I, I don't know how people don't see this as a problem. But I'm asking you, don't get angry. It's okay to be angry, but don't take to the streets and do anything stupid, because that is exactly what these people want. Monkeyworks had posted, I'm going to post this video for you to look at, and he talks about the what is going on at the spa, what Catherine Herridge from CBS News is reporting from there, which can be concerning, but you have to remember, when you know, and there's things that you know and you have known, and you should have been being prepared. I just, in my opinion, and only my opinion, like I said, I don't have any back channel knowledge. I'm just trying to put the puzzle pieces together like everyone else. And from what I can see, it's like a Hail Mary. This is the Hail Mary to pop that zit, so to speak. Do you remember what happened last year this time? We had those peaceful protesters burning and looting and milking the system. That's what they want us to do. They want us to be up in arms, and we can't. We have to do things legally. Although they don't do things legally and the right way, and they burn, cheat, loot, and steal their way into everything. We can't do that because that's what they want. Especially here in Michigan, you have to remember that really. Yeah, I can't find it. I had it. Somebody sent me a link. Here we go. So peacekeeping are now training at Camp Grayling in Michigan. So they've snuck them in, is my opinion. It's my opinion. I think they've snuck them in. We've seen all of these people on TikTok and everything, seeing vehicles rolling across, and I think it's going to get real ugly real fast. So find your tribe. If your job terminates you and you don't have a spouse or someone else to lean on for support, find a new job. If you can't find a new job, then you need to find a place to live. That means find someone who can take you in and you can live with and you can help each other out. Do you understand? You need to find your tribe and you need to find it fast. Other like-minded individuals who can help you, and they can help you and you can help them. It's now, back in the day, we didn't have grocery stores. You bartered for what you needed. So you're going to have to hone in on your skills to find out what you can do to make things work for you when all hell breaks loose. Okay? We've been warned that we needed to have food and water because truckers, I guarantee you, I worked in a sleep lab and we dealt with a lot of truckers are generally, most of them are a little bit on the heavy set side because they're in a truck all day. They don't have time to go sit and work out with a soy latte in a gym because they're too busy transporting food so you and I can feed our fat faces. Okay? These truckers are not going to take some poison into their body. Okay? They've already got enough health issues of their own. So when that stops, because it's kind of like, shit rolls downhill, and that's what's going to happen. Shit's going to roll downhill, and things are going to come to an screeching halt in this country. And if you're not prepared for you and your family for a couple of weeks, you're going to be SOL. So if that means that you need to get peanut butter and jelly, saltines, you need to get things that are not going to expire, things that have a shelf life. Think about 2,000 calories a day per adult family member, okay? Make sure that you have access to water, okay? I don't know about electricity because I really, I don't know with the consumers and all that other stuff, and I really honestly, I'm trying to put those puzzle pieces together. If you can afford a generator, if you don't have one, get one. Think about alternative means to keeping warm. You remember he said it was going to be a cold winter. He didn't say which winter it was going to be really super cold, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow they use the 25th Amendment to get him out, because what he's doing, and we saw, I mean, I remember reading Chuck Schumer was very angry because he had people that he knew uh, in overseas at that base that he shut down, that the Taliban has now, um, I'm going to give you another resource that is one of my favorites. He was part of Frog News Network, but they kind of separated. It's Legacy. Where is it? Legacy, where is it? Legacy Marketing Network. These guys break it down. He was live last night right here. Mike has his own channel now, And I like this guy. Um, he he doesn't he doesn't mix words. He comes right out, says it, and if you want, I'll post his and Monkeys. If you have time on your lunch, on your break, on your way home, listen to these two videos that I'm gonna link in here, and I think it's gonna help you stay. Just need to stay calm. You really, really do. Mike posted at the beginning of his video last night. He posted a Bible. He posted scripture, um, John 8:31 and 32. And he said, this is where you need to check yourself and look in the mirror and know that you're good with God. Um, talk to God. If you're concerned, it's okay. He wants to believe me. God loves to hear from us. We are children of God. But he posted this, and I thought this was um, really good. We are truth seekers. John 8:31, 32 said, Jesus said to the people who believed in him, you are truly my disciples if you remain faithful to my teachings, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So you remember that little saying that the truth will set you? It actually comes from a Bible verse. I didn't know that. I just learned something new. And if you open yourself to learning something new every day, it's a good thing. So on that note, guys, I'm going to let you go. The whole reason, like I said, that I called this video Stay Calm and Find Your Tribe is you need to find like-minded people who are going to keep you calm and keep you out of harm's way. And out of harm's way is, my suggestion is any kind of rally that may be going near DC. I would venture to stay home. Okay. They're looking for people to arise, and they're looking to start civil unrest. So we know who does the real civil unrest, but we don't want to get marked for that. So my suggestion is stay calm, stay home, stay close to home. Do you know what I mean? Buckle up, folks. It's going to get bumpy. Find your tribe. Remember, knowledge is power. Share the knowledge. They want you obviously intimidated, afraid, and alone. Remember, you're not alone. First and foremost, you have God right there with you. Find that tribe. You'll never be alone. There's more people like me out there than you would believe. People like me that go out into the stores and be like, hey, you can't find shoes either? Me neither. What the hell is going on? Talk to that person. I promise you, they're who you think they are. All right? Um, remember the numbers that they're saying. There's more of us than there are of them. So united we stand, divided we fall, folks. Have a good day. I'm not sure I'll be back on later. We're kind of staffing off people because oddly enough, it's our busy season at my job, where I deal with veterans and VAs across the nation. And some reason we're not getting orders. Something's up. Something is definitely up. What? I don't know. I wish I could tell you, but I can't because I'm not going to lie to you. Have a good day, guys. Take care.